Go back again, that was 5 minutes. So you've got a bit of guava here, and then there's this premna, which is here it's called oru. Anyway, it's a very common beachside plant, and it can be stuck in the ground as a living stake. And we found that actually that's pretty good for growing dragon fruit on when you manage it well and grow it tall. A bit more beetle pepper. Down the bottom there's a beetle nut growing down there, beetle nut. Some wild ferns, sort of mango pips popping up. So these fences over time can become very, very complex. There's hundreds of species that you could insert into these to become like living hedgerows. So there's more of the chaya and the dracena and the beetle pepper. And then this seed that I brought here, this Cassia alata, it was planted by seed in the fence, but it integrates. So not everything has to be a living stake. But you start with the living stakes, just in the same way that people in Europe use hawthorn to build hedgerows. And then over time, other species will seed into them, and they'll become more and more complex over time. That little gate. So here we got the kayu kambing again. So we've got a high strata species, and then a low strata dracena. And another fig, it's another high strata. And we have Gliricidia, which wasn't here before. And I brought seeds, and he's slowly been propagating it, and now it's his favorite fence stick, because you can put it in even when it's quite small, stakes like this, and they'll take root. So yeah, this has become a new favorite, as has the Pterocarpus indicus, the kayu lengua, which grows in the forest. This one here, Pterocarpus indicus, Pacific rosewood. So it grows into an almighty tree with wonderful, wonderful timber. But it's also awesome as a living stake and as a fence. I brought some bamboo from Lombok. So this is fantastic. There's some new shoots on it. You can eat those shoots, and they're much, much, much smaller, just when they've just emerged. But also just having these around the garden to use as supports, as splits, to weave things out of. It's just, yeah. Even when you have so much forest, it's always great to have bamboo, and this one needs a bit of a thin. So yeah, whenever he needs to use it. Here we go. This is the beach hibiscus with a helper. Used to be called Hibiscus tiliaceus. Now it's Talapariti tiliaceus. Anyway, that you just stick in the ground. We got that from down next to the mangroves. What else we've got here? Oh, I did walk past the Sacha inchi, the Peruvian nut. It's climbing up there. So this one's gotten onto the bamboo and it quite likes it. But elsewhere it's just growing on the fence. It's a high omega-3 nut. Still some issues to solve with that, like how to crack them open. A bit like a macadamia, really. Here we go. Here's a sotsak or soursop. It's getting a bit munched, but yeah, once again, that was seeded into the fence just from a seed, and then you can just manage them as like a dwarf fruit tree. So we've done that also with neem and sugar apples, which are related to custard apples, or premna, or rosewood. See this rosewood here, he's leaving because it's the hot season, and also because he wants more stakes. So, well, see, I could, in a nursery, I can produce plants out of a piece like that. But when we use direct stakes, we're looking for something that's a little bit thicker, like this one here. So when he knows the rainy season is coming, he'll prune this and use these stakes to fill in gaps in the fence. It doesn't take very long with a crowbar. Now, there's another species of fig. I think this is Ficus rumphii. Just got that that was down near the beach, that's right. I specifically asked them to get that because I know that in Lombok that's used as a living post. Yeah, you can just see how dense this is. Protects the garden from the wind. Provides vegetables. When the goats come, a lot of these prunings, see, these trees will actually be a lot healthier if we prune them. They'll send up new shoots. And yeah, kayu kambing. Kambing means goat. So it's goat wood. That's a pretty bit an obvious giveaway that goats will eat this.